Hello, my name is Holly Casos, and I am presenting this PowerPoint as part of my signature assignment in the MFT610 class. In this presentation, I will be further discussing the case of Luis and Amanda. Luis and Amanda were referred for therapy and require help to change some negative feedback loops and problem-maintaining patterns. Because of Amanda's pattern of retreating during conflict, it would be essential to start slowly and build trust by letting them each tell their story of why they are seeking help, beginning with Amanda and asking questions in a genuine and caring way when clarification is needed. Afterward, I would ask each of them to share what they love about each other and how they envision their best hope for their future relationship. I would give encouragement that things can get better if they are willing to make some changes. Lastly, I would ask them both to answer the question, are you willing to begin the work of strengthening your relationship? The first pattern that needs changing in their family system is the problem of unclear parameters about housework. When Luis comes home, he becomes overwhelmed and frustrated upon seeing the messy house and no food for dinner. He complains to Amanda, who flees to her room to avoid further conflict. She claims that she fears that Luis will leave her due to his complaints and can't handle the idea of rejection, but doesn't have the energy to fix the problem. Instead of further discussing the situation, Luis chooses to move forward with dinner and chores instead of spending time on his studies. This pattern needs to be interrupted because it continually produces feelings of frustration and emotional withdrawal within the relationship instead of creating greater unity. It also leaves Luis with little time to complete his homework. To explore the family dynamics that need to change around this pattern, I would ask them the following questions. What expectations do you have when it comes to household chores? What is the hardest part of taking care of a house? What is the easiest part? What compromises are you willing to make in terms of housework in order to feel like a unified team? To promote change in the first pattern, I would ask Luis and Amanda to make a list of daily and weekly chores that need to be done. From that list, I would ask them to take turns choosing what they are willing to do and have them agree on a timetable of when things should be completed each night or each week. I would remind them that they are not to nag each other about how and when chores are getting done. But at our weekly meetings, we can discuss what went well and what didn't, and what further changes can be made. The second pattern that needs changing revolves around the amount of time Luis spends with his family and the amount of money he is giving them. Currently, there is no common understanding concerning the boundaries on this issue. The rationale behind this pattern change is that the negative feedback loop is causing anger, frustration, resentment, and emotional distance between Luis and Amanda. It would be important for Luis and Amanda to see this pattern from the other person's viewpoint. I would have them do a role reversal, where Amanda would attempt to explain why Luis's family is so important to him, and Luis would try to explain reasons why Amanda might be struggling with the amount of time Luis spends with his family and the amount of money he gives them. Once they can see different sides of the issue more clearly, I would ask if they are willing to make some concessions to establish a more healthy pattern. This would be an excellent session to use reflecting teams so that the couple can have help coming up with ideas of how to achieve a better balance. Some ideas that would help promote change in the second pattern include planning an activity that Luis and Amanda can do together each week without other family members present to cultivate their relationship. After the couple's activity is planned, they can work together to schedule time each week to visit Luis's family so that it is not an unexpected event for Amanda. If Amanda chooses not to visit, Luis can leave her a love note so that she has a tangible reminder that she is valued while he is gone. It will also be essential to communicate these changes to Luis's parents and why they will need to respect the boundaries that Luis and Amanda have created. Once this pattern is improved, the discussion on monetary support for his family can be addressed during a future therapy session.